Groups. Before knowing group, you need to know what binary operation is. Binary operation is, suppose we have a set S, then it's a mapping. Suppose F is a mapping from S cross S to S. Then this map is called a binary map or a binary operation. That means the domain will be S cross S and the codomain will be the set S. For example, if we can choose f of a comma b equals a plus b. And let us take the mapping from Z cross Z to Z. Whenever you will take two integers Z and Z, their a comma b belongs to Z comma Z, then a plus b, it will also become an integer, then this will belongs to Z. Okay. Now suppose I am taking n cross n, this is as domain, and if defining a mapping f from n cross n and defining it as f of a comma b equals a minus b, then this won't be a binary mapping, because if you choose 2 comma 3, then 2 minus 3 does not belongs to n, so the codomain of that mapping is not n. So this is not an example of a binary mapping. But for binary mapping, this should be from S cross S to S. Okay. Now moving to groups. Group is, suppose we have a non-empty set G and then we are defining a binary operation on G. Generally we denote it by small o or star. Then that G comma o or G comma star, it is said to be a group if it satisfies total 4 conditions. Number 1 is closure property. Number 2 is associative property. Number 3 is identity property. And number 4 is called inverse property. I have discussed about all that 4 properties and examples of a group in the previous video called abelian group. You can check it from there. So then G comma O is said to be a group if it satisfies these 4 conditions, and together with if it satisfies the commutativity condition, that is AOB equals BOA, then this is said to be a commutative group or an abelian group. There are various examples of a group. For example, Z plus, this will form a group. Rather, it will be an abelian group. But Z minus, it is not a group. Okay. Now moving to fields. Before knowing field, you need to know one thing, which is called ring. Group, its bigger version is ring. At first is group, its bigger version is ring. Then its bigger version is field. So we already know about that group. Group means this total 4 properties. Now moving to ring. Ring means, for ring we have suppose a non-empty set R and we are considering 2 operations here. One is addition, another one is multiplication. There R comma plus comma dot, this is said to be a ring if it satisfies total 3 conditions. Number 1, R plus is a commutative group. Number 2, R dot is a semi-group. Semi-group means the first 2 properties of a group, that is closure and associative. And number 3 is, for any 3 elements, it satisfies the distributive law. Okay, if these 3 conditions hold by a non-empty set R together with the 2 operations addition and multiplication, then R comma plus comma dot is said to be a ring. Now if you check the conditions of a ring, first of one is R plus is a commutative group. That means here total 5 conditions is included in that condition number 1. Right? For being a commutative group, it need to be satisfied the closure property, associative property, identity property, inverse property and commutativity property. So for the property number 1 of a ring, total 5 property has been included there. Next one is R comma dot is a semi-group. Semi-group means the first 2 conditions of a group. That means we can say for the condition number 2, if we expand it, we will get that A dot B will be equals to B dot A, that is closure with respect to that dot, and number 2 will be associative with respect to that dot. That means A dot B dot C equals A dot B dot C. That 2 conditions has been included in condition number 2. And condition number 3 is distributive law. Distributive law means A dot B plus C equals A dot B plus A dot C, and B plus C dot A equals B dot A plus C dot A. That means that dot can be distributed over that plus. So this is condition number 3. Here 2 conditions are included. That means for being a ring, we actually need total 5 plus 2 plus 1. It is total 8 conditions to be satisfied for being a ring. Okay. For example of a ring, we can choose the example of Z plus, very common example. Z plus, it's an example of a ring. It satisfies all the property. Z plus comma dot. Sorry. It's a ring. It satisfies all the property. Z plus is a commutative group. Then Z dot is a semi group, and it is also satisfying the distributive property. So this is the example of ring. Now moving to field. Now with that conditions of it being a ring, we will add few more conditions. Then it will form a field. So for field, suppose F is a non-empty set considering 2 binary operations, plus comma dot over it, and then F comma plus comma dot will said to be a field if it satisfies number 1, F comma plus is a commutative group. Number 2, F comma dot is a semi group. Then number 3, identity also exists for dot, that is for multiplication. Number 4, inverse exists for, rather we can say it multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse exists for all non-zero elements. For all non-zero elements. Number 5, A dot B equals B dot A. And number 6 is the distributive law. Okay. So if this total 6 conditions satisfied by a non-empty set F together with plus comma dot, then we will say it is forming a field. Now check. For the first condition, there are total 5 conditions included. F plus is a commutative group. That means total 5 conditions need to satisfy. Next, F comma dot is a semi group. Semi group means that A dot B equals A dot B equals not B dot A. I told that earlier. That is A dot B belongs to F or belongs to R in that case. A dot B belongs to R. So here it would be A dot B belongs to F and A dot B dot C equals A dot B dot C. Then F comma dot is a semi group. Next, identity exists for dot. That means with respect to dot we have some multiplicative identity. So there exists some element E. There exists some element E such that A dot E equals A. So this is called multiplicative identity. It should exist. Next is multiplicative inverse exists for all non-zero element. That means whenever we will get some non-zero element A, there exists another element A inverse such that A dot A inverse will be equal to that identity element E. Okay. And then A dot B equals B dot A. That is commutative with respect to dot. Now can check, we can tell that F comma dot is a commutative group just except for one condition. We cannot say this because there exists for A not equal to 0, there exists A inverse such that A dot A inverse equals to 0. That means for all non-zero element, multiplicative inverse should exist. But for a group, 0 and all should be included. So for that reason we cannot say F comma dot is a commutative group just for one thing, that not equal to 0. Otherwise it is almost a commutative group just for the, except for the non-zero element Except for the 0 element, there is no multiplicative inverse. Otherwise, there is no other problem. For all the non-zero element, there must be multiplicative inverse. And last one is the distributive law. You know what the distributive law is. So if that total whole 11 conditions satisfied by that particular non-empty set F together with plus comma dot, then we will say that it's a field. For example, if you take Z plus, it is not a field, because if you take any other element, non-zero element 5, this is obviously not equal to 0, but its inverse will become 1 by 5, which does not belongs to Z. So we got one non-zero element which has no inverse in Z. So Z is not a field. For example of a field, we can choose R plus comma dot. This is an example of a field, set of all real numbers. Then C plus comma dot, set of all complex numbers. This is also a field. Another important example of a field is Q is obviously another one example, Q plus dot. Another one important example of a field is Q root 2. This one. What is Q root 2? Comma plus comma dot obviously. And what is Q root 2? It is denoted by that set A plus B root 2 such that A comma B belongs to Q. One can easily check that Q root 2 also satisfies total 11 conditions for being a field. So this is an important example for being a field, A plus B root 2. Similarly, you can define Q root 3, just A plus B root 3 such that A comma B belongs to Q, or Q root 5, Q root 7, for including all that prime numbers. This will form a field. Okay.